Hey everyone, it's your mate Nabs. We're about to embark on a journey to a land of breathtaking beauty, fascinating culture, and some seriously cool people. I'm talking about Norway, a country that's got it all: majestic fjords, vibrant cities, and a spirit of adventure that's truly infectious. From their love of nature and saunas to their surprisingly casual approach to, well, everything, Norwegians know how to live life to the fullest. So buckle up, grab your favorite snack, I recommend some brunost, and get ready to discover the magic of Norway. Norway is a sight to behold. Picture this: towering mountains plunging into crystal clear fjords, the northern lights dancing across the night sky, and a coastline that seems to stretch on forever. It's enough to make even a god feel small. But it's not just the natural beauty that makes Norway special. The people here have a unique way of life, a blend of modern values and ancient traditions that's both refreshing and intriguing. They're all about freedom, equality, and embracing the simple things in life. It's a place where you can truly be yourself, whether you're hiking through the wilderness or just enjoying a cup of coffee with a view. Let's talk about those fjords for a second. Imagine massive U-shaped valleys carved out by glaciers over millions of years, filled with sparkling blue water that reflects the sky like a mirror. It's no wonder they call Norway the land of the fjords. And the coastline? It's over 100,000 kilometers long, longer than the Earth's equator. That's a whole lot of stunning scenery to explore. You could spend a lifetime sailing along this coast and still not see it all. Now, about that whole disappearing sun thing. Yeah, Norway's pretty far north, which means they've got some pretty extreme seasons. In the summer, the sun barely sets at all, a phenomenon they call the midnight sun. Imagine partying all night long with the sun still shining. Sounds like my kind of place. But then winter rolls around, and things get a bit more, shall we say, cozy. The sun takes a break for a few months, and you've got the polar night, where darkness reigns supreme. But don't worry, the Norwegians know how to make the most of it with cozy fires, warm drinks, and enough candles to light up Asgard. Chapter 4. Here's a fun fact. Norway is one of the wealthiest countries in the world. They've got this massive sovereign wealth fund fueled by their oil and gas reserves that's basically like a giant savings account for the entire nation. They're so loaded that technically every citizen could be a millionaire. Now, I'm not saying you should move there just for the money, but it doesn't hurt, right? But Norway's wealth goes beyond just money. They've got a rich history and culture that dates back centuries. These are people who know where they come from and where they're going. Chapter 5. Now, let's talk about the lingo. The official language in Norway is Norwegian, but don't worry, you don't need to be a linguistic genius to get by. Most Norwegians speak English fluently, especially the younger generation. It's not uncommon to meet someone who speaks 3 or 4 different tongues, which is pretty impressive. And the cool thing is, they're very welcoming to people from all over the world. Chapter 6. One thing you'll notice about Norwegians is that they're incredibly down to earth. They value humility and equality above all else. They've got this concept called janteloven, which basically means don't think you're better than anyone else. It's all about being humble, respecting others, and not showing off. So don't be surprised if you see the CEO of a major company riding the bus or grabbing a coffee with their employees. They believe that everyone is equal, regardless of their status or wealth. Chapter 7. The Single Life. Now let's talk about love, or should I say, the single life. Because in Norway, being single is totally normal. In fact, over 1 million people in the country live on their own. And when it comes to dating, Norwegians are all about taking their time. They don't rush into things. They believe in building a strong foundation of friendship and respect before things get romantic. So if you're looking for a genuine connection with someone who shares your values, then you're in luck. Chapter 8. Beauty and Respect. Now don't get me wrong, Norwegians are definitely not short on beauty. They've got that whole tall, blonde and blue-eyed thing going on. But they're not about flaunting it. They believe in natural beauty and dressing for comfort and practicality. And when it comes to relationships, They're all about mutual respect and equality. In Norway, it's all about being yourself and finding someone who appreciates you for who you are. Chapter 9. Champions of Winter. Now, let's talk about some of the things that make Norway truly epic. For starters, they're absolute beasts when it comes to winter sports. They've won more Winter Olympic medals than any other country in the world. With all that snow and ice, they practically invented winter sports. From skiing and snowboarding to ice skating and biathlon, these guys and gals know how to conquer the cold. And did you know that Norway has the longest road tunnel in the world? The Lærdal Tunnel is a 24.5-kilometer long marvel of engineering. But it's not all about winning medals and building tunnels. Norwegians are also incredibly forward-thinking when it comes to sustainability. They're leading the way in electric vehicle adoption, with more electric cars per capita than any other country. They're also big on renewable energy and protecting their natural environment. They understand that we only have one planet, and they're determined to take care of it. Now let's talk about something a little more, shall we say, liberating. Norwegians are big on naturism. They've got over 20 official nude beaches where you can soak up the sun in your birthday suit. And don't even get me started on the saunas. They're a way of life in Norway, all about relaxing, socializing, and embracing your natural state. Just remember to be respectful of local customs and always ask before you strip down. Now, for a bit of fun, let's dive into some of Norway's more quirky traditions. For example, did you know that they knighted a penguin? Yes, you heard that right. Sir Nils Olaf is a king penguin who lives at Edinburgh Zoo and holds the honorary rank of brigadier in the Norwegian army. They also have this thing for remote islands. They maintain Bouvet Island, one of the most isolated places on Earth, and Svalbard, an archipelago in the Arctic Ocean that's home to more polar bears than people. It's all part of what makes Norway so unique and endearing. But it's not all fun and games in Norway. They've also produced some of the world's most celebrated artists, writers, and explorers. From playwright Henrik Ibsen and painter Edvard Munch, to composer Edvard Grieg and explorer Roald Amundsen, Norway has a rich cultural heritage that's recognized worldwide. These icons represent the spirit of Norway, a country that values creativity, innovation, and a thirst for adventure. Now, even though Norway is a very modern country, they still hold on to some of their ancient superstitions. For example, it's considered bad luck to whistle at the Northern Lights. Apparently, it angers the spirits. And don't even think about knitting a sweater for your significant other before you're married. That's a one-way ticket to heartbreak, according to Norwegian folklore. But don't worry, not all of their traditions are about avoiding bad luck. They also have some pretty awesome celebrations like Constitution Day, where everyone dresses up in traditional costumes and parties in the streets. So, you're probably wondering, what's the food like in Norway? Well, it's definitely not for the faint of heart. They've got some unique delicacies like lutefisk, which is dried cod that's been soaked in lye. And then there's brunost, a caramelized brown cheese that's surprisingly delicious. But don't worry, they also have plenty of more familiar fare like fresh seafood, hearty stews, and of course Friday tacos, which have become a bit of a national obsession. It's all part of the Norwegian approach to life. Embrace the unusual, enjoy the simple things, and always be open to trying new things. So there you have it, folks. Norway, a land of stunning beauty, fascinating culture, and some seriously cool people. It's a place where you can reconnect with nature, embrace your wild side, and experience a different way of life. If you're looking for an adventure that's both exhilarating and enriching, then Norway should be at the top of your list. And hey, if you enjoyed this little journey through Norway, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and share it with your friends. Until next time, Skål.